Some said, why are you doing it? It's not your job, BMC has to do it. Why are you doing it? Some people said, Arey, how long you will do it? Let's see, 1 week, 2 weeks. And the third were completely pessimistic, kabhi hoga hi nahi. You see, if you don't pick up that plastic from the beach, that plastic will be taken by high tide into the sea. It will go into the deep sea, never to come back.
Sir, welcome to Storytellers.
Hi.
It is a pleasure to meet you. We have been talking for a few hours now and I'm really clueless where to start this interview from.
Okay, give me the chance, I'll take it.
Let's start how it all started.
It all started, when I look back, very fond memories, very fond and amazing memories. Some get etched in your mind, and this cleanup thing is that way. It started October 2015, on this very couch. I remember sitting and wondering what to do. My apartment block is right on the sea. I used to see so much plastic. It was insane, the amount of plastic, insane and obscene to see at. And you required an equally befitting response to it, when you have a problem which is insane and obscene, you have to become insane and obscene. And that's what I chose to do. Being a lawyer at High Court, you had multiple options to look. If a client comes to you and says, okay, this is the problem, so we suggest public interest litigation is a good way. I invite the Chief Justice to talk about it, invite the judges to order the BMC to do it. One option could be that. The other option is you go complain to the BMC saying, oh, there's a problem, you're not doing the job. These days you go on the social media, it's all over. We are cribbing about everything on the planet, cribbing about. It's good to talk about it. I have no issues with people saying there's something wrong in the system, but then we have to notch it up. What is the solution? What can I do? Will I look at the system bypass me as it is, or will I do something about it? And the third option for me in the same sequence is I'll wear the gloves and go. I knew it was a very hard path, a difficult path. The journey was going to be tough.
So what exactly motivated you to really wear your gloves and go out there? Because it is easier to talk about it on social media, it is easier to crib about it, it is easier to share posts regarding garbage all over the world. But what really motivated you?
See, I'm a lover of ocean and environment. Trees and oceans fascinate me. And when I say lover, it means lover, quote unquote. It's just not a word for me. It's about doing what you have to do. I'm highly passionate about it. Anything which disturbs my ocean or my environment, I get disturbed. It's only, and you'll be shocked, every one of us who lives on this planet, it belongs to us, everyone thinks about it. It's not that nobody's thinking about it, they're thinking about it. Some people think, some people talk about it, and then some people choose to act.
There are very few people who choose to act.
And I wanted to be in the third category. I said it has to be ground action. And I'm a firm believer, if anybody on this planet wants to save this planet, to my mind, this is how the cookies crumble for me. You will have to do some kind of ground action. Either planting a tree, protecting a tree, picking up plastic from the ocean, making the garbage don't go, ground action. But the question then arises, should we do it? Should we wait for the government? Isn't it the government's job to do it? And my answer is simple. We will have to do it. See, government is a unit. They are bounded a lot to do it. There's a statutory duty on them to do it. The law says you must do it. But if they fail, what are you going to do? Crib about it. I think I'm a very optimistic person. I want to be positive. It's my duty. Why wait for the government? Don't wait for anybody. I'll go and do it. I have to save. This is my neighborhood, this is my planet, this is my ocean, this is my environment. And when you say my, it's like saying it's my family. Everybody who's been with the family, who spent time with the family, knows that, I have to save my family this way or that way. If there's a problem in the family, you take the charge, you stand up.
So over the week you work as a lawyer,
Yeah.
which in itself is a stressful job.
Yeah, yeah.
And then over the weekend you
Yeah.
get into this.
How
do you survive?
It's a stress buster actually, cleaning
It's
the
a stress
beaches
buster for
on
you.
Saturday. I think it's a form of exercise for me. It's like I always tell people, when I was having chat with you, it's like dating somebody. For me, it's that simple. So you work through the week and you want to go on a date, you are all fully charged up. You have the right girl and you want to woo her and you want to do this. So for me, it works like that with the ocean. My environment sensibilities in my head tell me that you must do this every Saturday, Sunday. And I go with the biggest smile. I am least stressed on Saturday, Sunday.
I saw that in the morning.
Yeah. So we are all with smile. My volunteers are all with smile. People who work with me, I've always told them that do it with smile. Do it with smile. Do it with love. Do it with respect. It's about human bonding. It's about a problem we as humanity face. Plastic in ocean is a big problem the whole world is grappling with. And I believe, people who live on the coastal belt everywhere in the world must do it to protect their ocean. It's a form of what I call is a form of preventive action. You see, if you don't pick up that plastic from the beach, that plastic will be taken by high tide into the sea. It will go into the deep sea, never to come back. I mean, we are grappling with the problem of ocean gyres all over the world. There are 5 ocean gyres, plastic islands of thousands of kilometers. Fish are eating it, birds are ingesting it. Their digestive system has gone for a toss. They are species which must coexist with us. And we are responsible for it as a species because we are throwing the plastic into our water bodies in the ocean. So we must learn to coexist. And how do you learn to coexist? This is one of the forms by taking this preventive action. It's not about only citizens doing it. Citizens, government, schools, colleges, press, awareness, multi-pronged. And do it with a smile. Just do it with a smile and happily. Things will work out. I'm very optimistic even after 64 weeks of cleaning the beach.
Which is really difficult.
Yeah, 90% of my beach is clean. And now, I was just talking to you. We have 19 beaches in Mumbai. So next month probably I take the second beach for cleaning.
Okay, let's talk about the struggles you faced when you started this movement.
See,
Because as I understand, you started alone. You were not a group or a committee that started this.
I was alone.
All you started all on your own.
I conceived the idea, and the first person who sounded off was the secretary of this apartment block where I live in. His name was Mr. Mathur. I sounded him off sitting on this very couch. He was an 84-year-old man, who had terminal cancer. Of course, I was not knowing he had terminal cancer. And I sounded him off. He latched onto it. He was like a bubbly teenager. He said, "Afroz, I'm joining you." And he and me moved on the first day on the beach. We 2 of us alone, picking up plastic. And let me tell you the feeling that day. I can't tell you, it was an out of the world feeling. For the first time in my life, I felt that I'm doing something substantial. Imagine 2 people on a 2.8 kilometer beach picking up plastic. This is like a heap of value. And I felt I'm doing something substantial for the environment, for the ocean, and for the country.
So what were the struggles you faced?
So recruitment was one thing, then I had to do it. First of all, when I was cleaning, I remember walkers on the beach used to look, whoever was there, very few, because there's so much of plastic. They would rebuke me. Some said, "Why are you doing it? It's not your job, BMC has to do it. Why are you doing it?" Some people said, "Arey, how long you will do it? Let's see, 1 week, 2 weeks." And the third were completely pessimistic, "Kabhi hoga hi nahi. ये नहीं होने वाला साफ. ये इतने लोग कचरा फेंकते हैं. Littering इतना है, आप ओशन में ड्रॉप भी नहीं है. In fact, I remember meeting the BMC official. They also told me the same thing. बोले, "सर, हम लोग बहुत दिन से साफ करते हैं, कभी होता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि इतना फेंक रहे हैं पब्लिक कचरा समुद्र में इधर उधर." I said, "No, I will be optimistic. I want to be the change myself." And it worked. My beach is 90% clean now, and we have picked up I complete 64 weeks today. More than 4.3 million kgs of garbage off the plastic off the ocean front.
And I've also heard that you take out money from your earnings and then you spend on this
project.
project.
Of course you should do it. Yeah? We all love to eat at fancy restaurants, We go to, living in a city like Mumbai, which is very metropolitan, you go to 5-star hotels, you go to fancy restaurants, you go to even a roadside eatery. People are spending money on themselves, whether it's eating or feeding or whatever. We never think about, can we not contribute to the environment from what we earn? A lot of people, write to me on social media, "Can we give you money? Can we come?" I said, "No." For me, the logic is this: my time, my effort, and my money. I'm very clear about it.
So you don't take donations
Not
from
even
anybody?
not even from my volunteer. Ask any volunteers. Afroz has ever asked for money. I don't even ask my volunteers.
So you spend from your own pocket.
Yeah, I'm very clear, and I don't even tell anybody. I do it, and that's the end of the day, because I think I should earmark 10% of what I earn to make this planet a better place for my future generation.
So were there any inhibitions of the locals also when you go out there to the community and clean?
In a commercial city like Mumbai, this is the place where Bollywood is, Versova. People own good apartments, fancy cars, and you have an open defecation on the beach. And the worst part is there's a part where only women openly defecate, you know. I remember, and they do it early morning, between 5 to 8. I remember one day I had gone on the beach for cleanup early, and I entered this zone. The first time I didn't realize, and I heard a lot of shouts from the women saying, "Back off, back off, back off." So I looked around, then I turned myself towards the ocean, and I was doing like this. I said, "Don't worry, I'm looking at the ocean, I'm walking across." So open defecation is like a big problem for women here, you know, and it pains your heart to see small girl, child, woman openly defecating because they have nothing, no loo there. In this country, when you talk about constitution, human rights, fundamental rights, you hear all the time on television and press. No, these are the basic things which are denied. These are basic human right that I should have a 5-minute privacy where I can shit, I can defecate. And this was missing right in the heart of Mumbai. So my first step was, I said I'll go and clean. I called the BMC guys, we all went. We went with brushes, acids, cleaning powder. We started cleaning up. So one lady came across, you know, you asked me, you know, what kind of response. Which she said, BMC election is right around the corner. So that's why you've come to clean. So I laughed it off. I said, I called the lady near me. I said, look at me, the way I'm dressed, the way I'm talking. Do I look like I'm going to fight election? I said, we are residents of here. We want people around us to be in a good state. I want my ocean to be in a good state. So we are working. I mean,
so they could not believe.
They just could not believe. They just could not believe. Why would somebody walk into their slum and try to clean their toilets? Which is the last thing you would do, cleaning their toilets.
So now that you are receiving awards all over the world, how does it feel? And by the way, you recently got an award in Mexico.
Yeah, from United Nations.
From United Nations.
Yeah,
that is just amazing.
Yeah, it's called the Champions of Earth, the highest international environment accolade for the year 2016. But if you ask me personally, it doesn't bother me much. For me, the botheration is, how do I get my ocean clean? You know, these are all consequential. See, and this award is to all the volunteers, you know, everybody who picks up plastic now, who will pick up plastic in the future, who will save this, who will allow the species of fish and the marine birds and all kinds of creatures which exist in the ocean and the ocean itself to coexist. It's for all of them.
When you started all this, how was the response from the family and your friends?
I'll tell you, my mother was sitting in this very room the day I started. I still remember that day. And I said, I'm going to clean the beach. She looked at me with the eyes as any Indian mother would look, saying, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to clean the beach. She just looked at me, but she knew deep down, you know what I was made of. She's seen me as a child. She's seen me grown up. She knew that this boy is not going to give up so easily. But her expression was, what are you doing, you know? Because nobody ever thought that somebody has to go on the beach and pick up plastic. And I told her I'm going to do it every Sunday. Those days I started with Sunday. Then it became Saturday, Sunday. Now we do it again back to Sunday because under control. But Saturday we do this awareness, cleaning of toilets, the other activities which are abutting. So she just smiled and said, what are you doing? I still remember the expression. But she was optimistic in her eyes. I could see it. She said, good work, take it on. Good work, take it on.
So what is that one message or one liner that you want people to take away from this?
I think my one liner is, do ground action, please. If you want to protect your ocean, your environment, ground action. Nothing works. Just do it what you have to do. A ground action is what is required. That's all what will save the planet. Ground action.
It is really a pleasure to have you on Storytellers.
My pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful.